have no video back from you yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've got a case of the Mondays. Here we go. There you go.
Oh, perfect. There we are.
There we go. Let me make sure this works. Oh, it's not working. Oh, it is working. I just had it muted. Cool. Should be live any moment. Any moment.
Any minute.
Any minute now. What is your resolution? Perfect. Pa, 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 pa. Vid 2. Are we not live yet? Is this not live? Hello? Is this
I
thing
don't
on?
see any.
Is this
Oh, I
thing
don't
on?
see anybody saying anything.
No.
Oh, I see people.
Perfect.
Spike there.
Thanks,
Hey, Spike.
We wouldn't know without you.
Hey, Panda Squirrel. Oh. So kids are buying sneakers? Dum bum bum.
Perfect.
All right. Becky sees us.
As long as Becky
It's
can see us, we can
alive.
do the show. At least there's one viewer.
Oh, Becky and Beatmaster.
Yeah.
The B people.
The B team.
Du-du-du-dum.
Glad you like it. Are we live? No. Still not live on Twitch. That's interesting.
Oh, okay. Hey, Spike.
Maybe I'll just do it.
So this is this Thursday's show, right?
Correct.
And then Thursday is the following Thursday show.
Right.
Du-du-du-du-dum.
Sorry, I'm trying to get one more video and then I'll be good.
Okay, very good. You have a whole 5 minutes.
Good to go.
Du-du-du-du-dum.
How's everybody doing on this Monday? In the chat room.
Chat rooms.
Chat
You
rooms.
have two chat rooms.
Not on Twitch yet. I'm trying to also work
Oh,
on that
okay.
issue. It's not connecting for some reason. Let me just try it /unhost. See if it just goes live. Do, 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 do. There's not much I can do other than just hope that it starts working.
Okay.
Which is never a situation you want to be in.
No.
Let's just wait. Strategic
Let's
patience.
hope it sorts itself out. Dun dun dun. That is correct, Matron. Monday is Thursday and Thursday is Thursday. Got it. Actually, Monday is Thursday and Thursday is next Thursday. Then you'll have it.
No, it's still downloading. Oh my gosh. This download's going to take forever.
Dun dun dun.
What on earth
Yes, that is correct, Becky. This is this Thursday's show.
That's not good.
He's working on it, Momsworth.
I'm working on it. I don't know.
He's working on it. Hey, what you doing here? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Becky. How does one crash a lawnmower? Was it a ride-on mower?
You can crash a lawnmower?
That's what he said.
I
Spike
crashed
said
my
I crashed.
lawnmower, and now it's in for repairs.
It's in for repair. Holy cow.
You can always use scissors, Spike.
Yeah. Get some goats. Were you loading up 4K?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you uploading a 4K video?
No, it's like, it's not. So the video finally downloaded, but the Twitch stream is freaking me out.
Oh, this Twitch stream. Okay.
Yeah. But if I restart the stream, then because of how YouTube does it, it screws everything up. So
okay.
I'm trying to make sure that I coordinate to make sure that that doesn't happen that way.
Hey, Eric Duckman.
That's correct. Okay, good. Sorry about this. Of course this would happen on the day that we don't normally stream. That's not what I meant to do. Oops.
Actually, Momsworth, this will upload on Friday. Okay. This is this coming weekend's show.
Right.
And then the show we do on Thursday is the following week's Friday show. And Chad is out all next week. So we are dark a week from Thursday.
Okay. Well, let me be right back. Let's see if I can
get
a hold of someone.
Oh, he's just leaving the studio. I thought he was signing me off and going to hook up again. All right, chat room. What Chad doesn't know is that we've switched his coffee with instant coffee. You got to be old to remember that commercial. Anybody remember that commercial? You sucked up a dog cable in the yard. What's a dog cable? You mean like a dog leash? Or a big long cable that a dog was on? Nancy does, Becky does. And what company used that line? Yes! Yes, excellent. Machen says Monday will be dark too because of the eclipse. Oh, okay. All right, got it. Oh, wow. Oh, that's got to do some damage then, Spike. Do, 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 do.
Okay, I'm going to have to restart the stream, folks. So hold on tight.
Okay.
And we'll be right back.
We'll be right back after a message from Folge's Crystals.
Why is this not working? There we go. Okay, so now it's working. We should be live. Everything should be good. Website, you may need to refresh if you're on gizwiz.tv. There we go.
All right.
Woo.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, that's all good. Let me make sure that those are going to play. These videos will play. Nice.
Hey, so I am here.
Perfect. Video 3.
Hey, Nicky D. So
Perfect. Video 4. Perfect. Okie dokie. That's exactly what we wanted.
And I see you remember to wear the same shirt as you did in the video.
Because they were recorded only hours ago.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. I was sitting here with a different shirt on, and I said, oh, wait, I had my travel shirt on in the video.
Yeah. Okay, I think we're ready to go. Sorry, we're 5 minutes late. Okay. Make sure we're recording. And you have...
Okay, so it's going to be one item left over from CE Week.
Perfect.
A gadget for a great gadget for summer, and you're going to do
My
your
3D
own gadget.
printing, and then
Yep.
more thrift store. Cool. In 3, 2. On this episode of the Giz Wiz, we have a holdover from CE Week, a great gadget for the summer. I show off one of my favorite gadgets ever, and then also head back to the thrift store for one more redemption. All coming up next on the Giz Wiz!
It's the same old show with Dickie D and OMG chat on your PC. It's time for the Giz Wiz because gadgets are his business. They've got a gizmo sickness, geek disease, under pathology, rows and rows of USBs, glowing LEDs. Get ready for the Giz Wiz now.
Now! And here he is, the only guy that CNN calls when there is breaking gadget news, Dick D. Bartolo. How you doing, Dickie D?
I'm doing good, sir. And you?
Doing good as well. We're recording early on Monday, and in true, not normal schedule fashion, we're running 5 minutes late. I hope that the chat room will forgive us for
Are you getting
oversight.
excited about your trip?
I am. Oh my gosh. There was a brief moment where I might have been able to book my flight into Sweden, Stockholm, Sweden, and then out of Rome. And so I would have paid for a flight to Rome and then would have hung around Rome for 3 days. But the prices were set on Friday, and the travel agent went home and didn't see it until Monday, and the prices all changed, and so it wasn't an option. So I got my hopes up that I was going to get to go and hang out in Rome for a few days. But you know what? You can't look a gift horse in the mouth. Stockholm is awesome, so I'm going to be hanging out in Stockholm.
What are you kidding?
I know, right?
The Pope is disappointed because...
Padre SJ is really never going to let me hear the end of it, really. I mean, Father Robert Ballister is really going to give it to me. He was like, man, I could have gotten, you could have met the Pope.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
Yeah, let you just
and
hang
then
out
we would
chill
find out
crash on his couch and stuff. I mean, dang it.
If Pope 3000 in the chat room is really the Pope or just somebody goofing around, well,
exactly. I mean,
Padre will
I
let
think
us
he
know.
has enough, couches for me to crash on. I don't think it would be too big of an inconvenience.
No,
Just,
not at all.
hey, you have a whole city here. I just need one couch. Yeah, the papal couch. Exactly.
Couch. It's very funny.
Yeah. But I'm still, oh my gosh, I'm looking forward to it. And of course, if you're a content creator like us, you can't just take a vacation. That's not possible. You have to cram. If I'm next week, I'll be gone all week. So I have to cram a week's worth of work into 4 days. So
Yes.
that's what I'm dealing with right now, is trying to cram all the work into half the time. But anyway, working through it.
That is the downside of freelancing. If someone
Exactly.
says, "Oh, Monday's a holiday," means nothing.
Exactly. Monday's
Means
just
nothing.
another Monday. I haven't set aside my schedule to clear that. Also, it's Saturday and Sunday, the weekend. Those are also work days. Let me tell you that.
Yes, I remember one day someone said, "How can you afford to have an apartment in a city and have a boat?" And I said, "I pretty much work around the clock." I said, "I work Saturdays and Sundays," and they go, "Well, who would ever work on a weekend?" I said, "Someone who wants an apartment in Manhattan and a boat."
Exactly.
You have to. And I remember someone telling me very early on in my career that you think of the week as 7 days in which to do projects. If you think there's only 5, you won't be as successful as a person who takes on jobs. And that's why
Totally.
Up at Mad Gaines was always so happy, because they could give me an assignment on Friday and say, "Is there any chance you could rewrite this over the weekend?" And I go, "Yeah, that's no problem."
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah, no, that
it.
is the freelancer's lifestyle. And also, if you think that there's only 8 hours in a workday, same
think
thing.
again.
Same thing. I wake up and I start working, and then there's some, like on Monday, Wednesday, or Friday with the live streams, there's days where it doesn't end until 10 p.m. or later, and that's just the work day. The thing is that I think with both of us, we love what we do.
Oh,
So,
absolutely. No,
it's
it's no big deal.
Right.
I mean, I went on vacation once.
Right.
I went to like Puerto Rico on my own, and I got in the hotel and I ran up to my room and I unpacked my bag and I said, "What am I doing here?
This isn't me."
I now have to find things to do.
Yeah.
And I booked this for a week, so I stayed 3 days and
You couldn't do it. You couldn't do it.
And the other fear is that you're going to relax and then come back and not being able to get in the groove. So it's just easier to just keep staying in the groove.
Absolutely. Yeah. If you get a taste of the lazy life, then it's really hard to come back, and it's really hard to decide, I like doing this to myself. So definitely. Yeah. We got some great gadgets. Oh my gosh. I'm excited because I got the big boy stage. I get an actual of the 3 normal gadgets.
I'm very, very excited to hear about it, because they asked me about it and I said no, but my co-host would be all over this and know a lot more on how to use it. So we'll surprise you with that. And we're going to start with something new from SwitchMate. And in case you don't remember what SwitchMate is, they have a little 1-minute description of that, and then we'll talk about what's new there. So here's SwitchMate as it is now.
I don't have the audio.
There it is.
There it is.
That instantly attaches magnetically to existing light switches. There's no installation, no tools, no wiring, no configuration, and no Wi-Fi. Finally, everyone can enjoy the many benefits of smart lighting without complicated, costly setups. Never arrive to a dark home again with SwitchMate. SwitchMate welcomes you by automatically turning on lights as you arrive home or enter rooms. SwitchMate can even control your lighting when you're gone, so it always looks like someone is home for enhanced security. Just snap SwitchMate over your light switch, download the free app on your smartphone, and enjoy non-stop smart lighting control at your fingertips or at the wall switch. You can conveniently move SwitchMate around your home. No more investing in smart lighting that you have to leave behind. Modernize your outdated light switches today with SwitchMate.
So it's a peripheral that you attach right over the light switch, and it uses magnets to find the screws that are in the wall. Basically.
Yes, it's very, very clever. Two very strong magnets that match up with the two screws that hold the switch plate in. So you don't do anything. You just go up to the wall, clang.
Right.
All you do is on the back of it, follow the arrow so that you have the right way up, so that the switch goes the way you want it when you work it through your phone. So that's what's current, and they're coming out with a whole line of new gadgets in October. And this is what they'll be. Dick DiBartolo, man's maddest writer, and the Giz Wiz One Take Theater here at GizWiz.tv. We love this company, Dean. He's out of jail now. No, he always has great stuff. And so what we did is walked up and just said, Dean, don't say anything before we turn on the camera. So what's new?
What's new? Lots new. So all of our products are now Google Home and Alexa compatible.
Oh, great. But
they're also voice activated without Google Home and Alexa. So we're using the regular voice APIs in Android and in iOS to activate as well. So now the consumer can activate by voice. When they go to bed at night and say lights out, they can do that.
And it'll still be through your phone, though. When you go to bed.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you don't have your phone handy, which everyone does, but if you don't, obviously a Google Home or Alexa voice hub will do that as well.
And these little
No, so we got a lot. Then we just started shipping this new smart outlet. All the same, it's 5 different ways to activate: by voice, by motion, by proximity on your phone, or manually at the switch. But now we've come out with the first smart outlet that has both outlets. Everyone, for some reason I could never understand, only did one. We're now controlling both outlets independently, and it also has USB charging ports and a nightlight on it.
Oh, that's great.
And this is really unique. It's also a Wi-Fi Bluetooth bridge. So it gives the ability for Bluetooth devices in the home now to access the cloud. It takes a Bluetooth signal, converts it to Wi-Fi automatically, and then goes up to the cloud. And same inbound, a Wi-Fi signal can be converted to Bluetooth. So all those Bluetooth devices in your home now, for the first time, you'll be able to access remotely.
That's very clever. What does that particular thing retail for?
It's a $49.99.
Wow, that's a great price.
This is the cornerstone of the product. We've been working on this for 2 years. This is an IP camera, a security camera. It's doorbell activated, motion activated, or of course remotely activated. But here's the key. The number one problem with this category, for the product to be adopted by the mass market consumer, it had to be plug and play. No wires going to a DVR or power wire. So it had to be battery powered. But Wi-Fi modules kill batteries. So we had to solve the battery life problem, which we've done. This camera has 5 times more battery life than any IP camera in the world. And it also is the most secure IP camera on the planet. The way we did it, the Wi-Fi module on this camera is off, unless the camera has been activated by motion, a doorbell, or the consumer. You can't hack a Wi-Fi signal that's off.
I see.
All the other cameras, the Wi-Fi is on 24/7. Our Bluetooth is on 24/7, and Bluetooth can't be hacked. You have to pair within the home. So that's it. Actually, we ended up with the most secure IP camera because we solved the power issue by using Bluetooth.
Now, when you say 5 times longer, give me an hour number.
Most IP cameras won't even stream for more than 10 hours. There's a couple that will go 12 to 13 hours of actual streaming time. This will stream for 61 to 62 hours.
Okay.
Which is the equivalent of 2 years at the standard usage profile of 5 to 6 minutes a day.
And the price point on that?
This is $149.
Wow, that's a very good deal.
Indoor, outdoor, 1080p, motion, doorbell activated, night vision, two-way audio.
Now, is this out yet, or is this coming?
This is shipping in September.
September.
And you'll see it at all the retailers. We're in most of the major retail channels in the U.S.
That is really amazing stuff. And your website is?
It is myswitchmate.com.
MySwitchmate.com. I told you they have great stuff here. Dick DeBartolo, Man's Madness writer, and the Giz Wiz, one take theater here at gizwiz.tv. I can run about 7 hours on one charge. Bye.
You need to get that upgraded.
Yeah, I do. I'm trying
IP
for 9.
charging. You need to turn off your Wi-Fi more often. Is I think the issue.
Maybe that's it.
Those look very interesting. When he said there is not a smart outlet that has 2 outlets on it, it was just like, that is so true. It's so frustrating that any of the, I've owned a few like Wemo and things like that, of the smart outlets that will turn on a lamp. I used it for a long time to turn on my my studio lighting here in the studio. Is it takes up 1 power slot, but it's always so big that it really does just take up 2, but you only get 1 outlet out of it. And then it building in also the USB charging and a nightlight. This is great. I love that.
For $50. I thought that was
$50.
amazing. And he answered my question even before I got it out. He said it controls both outlets, and I was going to say, for the same thing, and they're independently controlled.
That's amazing. So basically, you get twice the product for the same price.
Yeah, as you said, with USB charging, and also I like that idea of it being a bridge that you can use Wi-Fi to then turn on something that's Bluetooth within the Bluetooth range. The company is very clever. Last year, they only had those 2 switches that we saw at the beginning. And he said, Dick, you come back in, I think maybe it was at CES. He said, you come back in 6 months and you're going to see some amazing stuff. And
you're like, yeah, I hear that all the time. yeah.
If they're even there, a lot of times you go, where's that company that?
Yeah, I had those light switches. Where'd they go?
They went bankrupt the day after CES.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but Switchmate's doing very well.
That's really, really cool. And the IP camera, there's a market for people who have homes that want to add security, but it is a pain. I mean, really the best way still, and maybe this camera will change that, but in history, the best way to add security cameras is to run wires throughout your entire house, run it through the walls, run it through the attic, to a base station, and that is just so inconvenient to do on a home that's already built. So figuring out the absolute, really wireless IP camera solution where it's not even plugged into a wall, or it's not even plugged into a power source is huge. I definitely want to see that tested in the wild and tested out in the real world to see how well it holds up. Very, very cool.
Yeah, no, I know. But the problem with that is we're going to have to go out into the real world, and I'm afraid of that. I'm very frightened of the real world. That's why I stay behind the camera.
Exactly.
Anyway, so the next gadget. This is great fun. So Hemminger Schlemmer, we did them a couple of weeks ago. They were at the holiday gift event, and they had all this weird stuff. The talking pig who tells the story of the 3 pigs, and it came with hand puppets. Well, they have a gadget in their catalog that they didn't bring to the show for 2 reasons. One, it's really a summer gadget, and 2, it weighs half a ton. Oh, no, it weighs 500. It weighs 500 pounds, but it is pretty neat, expensive, but very neat. So here is your backyard dunk tank.
Dun, 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 dun. And this is their video of
this is their video.
Thing. This looks just like the thing you'd have at a carnival. I mean, exactly like what you would have at a carnival.
Yes, it's definitely a commercially built. It's a 500-gallon water tank.
That's incredible.
That is steel. That net around there is steel mesh, so that if they throw the ball and miss the target, you don't get hit in the head with a ball. And they have a heavy canvas backdrop behind the target.
This is exactly what you see at a carnival. I mean, there's like nothing different.
No, exactly. The seat holds somebody up to 250 pounds.
That's amazing. Do you get to choose your color?
I believe you do, and you get a dozen of those 6, I think it's a third of a pound balls to trigger the target. That the Lexan windows so people can see the reaction when you fall in. We should have the chat room guess the price.
We should have one of these at the Giz Wiz meetup.
Oh,
definitely.
We should.
Why not? There's not a single disadvantage to having it.
No, exactly. Yeah, it definitely is something that is commercially built. It's wow, more than I'd spend. Someone's very close with
about as much as my car is worth, most likely.
Fill it with beer.
Yeah.
Let me look. Oh, the price is higher than I even remember.
Oh my god.
No, not 501.
I just saw the price. Ooh.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
My statement might actually be true. I need to do a Kelly Blue Book on my car to see how much it's worth.
Yeah. All right. So it is.
It's fun. It is absolutely commercial grade. I mean, there's nothing that holds this back from you buying one of these and just starting a carnival with it. I mean, there's
exactly.
Absolutely
charge a buck a piece to throw balls and have your best friend on the where commercial grade 2000. Eric Duckman is closest, but under. All right, so the catalog price is $2,800.
Cool, $2,800.
But wait, there's more. Oh, what I love, Chad, is you're on the catalog page now.
Yeah.
Price $2,800. And then how many?
How many would you like to buy? Would you like to purchase 10 of these?
6.
Yeah, exactly. How many?
6. Right. And $300 delivery because it weighs 500 pounds.
It's going to be shipping freight. Oh, my gosh. That is
water
amazing.
not included.
Water not included. It will also cost $800 for water. That's the amount of water needed to put into it. No P.O. boxes, it says. That would be a prank.
That's right.
And that would be quite funny.
We're sorry, UPS could not drop it. We were not home. We left it on your lawn.
Yes, exactly. Oh, my word. That is funny.
It is funny, though. They do. I mean, the talking pig was $39.99. And this is $2,800. But
I mean, talk about keeping up with the Joneses. There's no way that if you got this at your kid's birthday party that any of the neighbors would be able to compete.
A piñata? What are you kidding? We had a dunk tank.
I took out a second mortgage on my house for this thing. This is great. Wow, that's very funny.
It's very funny.
Whew. Okay, well, hey, now I get to take over a bit.
Yes, you do.
So a while back, maybe just 2 weeks back, Monoprice emailed Dick and let them know that they had a new product coming out. And I think rightfully, because I'll let you know after the video a few of my personal, experience with it.
Okay.
I think you rightly pushed it to me. And without further ado, let's just jump in to what it is. Oop, that's a little quiet.
Room, and today
Whoops, that's the wrong video. Take 2. Sorry about that. Edit point in 3, 2. So let's just take a look.
Hey, so I am here with the Monoprice Mini Delta. I got the Monoprice Select Mini a while back, and I've been using this. But Monoprice was nice enough to send this guy over to me, and I absolutely love it. This is a Delta model printer. The thing that makes it a Delta printer is that it uses 3 axes that are all vertical. So you can see that when I move one axis, the print head moves just like that. And all of these axes working together create a print job. The print size is 110 millimeters by 110 millimeters by 120 millimeters tall. The bed is a very nice feature. It's heated, but it's also auto leveling. So before every print, as long as you have it in your G code, the print head will push on this to level itself. Continuing with the hardware, on here we have the screen and we have some buttons just right here on the front of the printer. The way this user interface works is that these two top and bottom buttons are left and right. And this can be very confusing which way this is going to move with the selection. And then your middle button is select. So if I wanted to move something on here, I'd hit move and then hit the middle button. And then say I'd want to move this to the home axis point. Let me just kind of move this print head around and then select that. And you can see that all three axes are going to work together to move that print head back to its home position. If we want to exit back, we push down and then the middle button. Some other hardware features are along this edge. You obviously have your power port, but you have a micro USB. You have a button which will, this is like a multi-function button. And finally you have an SD card slot so that you can load your files directly onto an SD card, pop it into the printer, and then select your print off of the SD card. Some of the benefits over this Delta printer over the Mini Select is its portability. With a nice handle on top, it's all enclosed. It's really, really solid and easy to kind of move around from room to room. This one you wouldn't really pick up and take with you to maybe a convention or really anywhere around the house. You kind of set it down and keep it there. This one is so easy to pick up and move around. It's very convenient. Here are some of the prints that we've made with this printer specifically.
Wow.
This is printed at a resolution of 0.1 millimeters. This is a cool little iris thing. This is about as big as this print area can make. Also have this sort of squiggly vase. This is wooden filament, which you could stain with your own like wooden stain. This is a little rose vase. And a cat. These two come pre-installed on the SD card, so they're
also
very
the squiggly vase
because
does
you just choose it already off the SD card. You don't have to work on Cura or anything to get those guys to print. Wrapping up, this printer was funded on Indiegogo, and so if you bought it off of Indiegogo, you got it for $169. I'm not sure if that's going to be MSRP or not, but if you fund it on Indiegogo, that's what you got. The other thing that I want to mention is that these 3D printers are not really consumer electronics like level friendly. You do have to get in there and be part of the community and read through forum posts and read through community posts to really get in and customize this printer to make it what you want it to be and to get the prints that you want. So if you're expecting to buy this and work with it like you would an inkjet printer, that's not the case. This is a 3D printer that is almost a little bit hacked together, where you are also going to have to get in there and fiddle with some of the base mechanics of this printer in order to get the prints that you want. Big thanks to Monoprice for sending this over. I'm going to have a lot of fun with this printer. I've been daydreaming about things that I can print with it, and it's really just been a dream of a 3D printer.
Okay, so that's, here it is right here with me.
Okay, now I think they were planning on retailing it for $169 online.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. It was,
okay, that's what the guy told me at CE Week.
Right. It's a little hard to find information about this printer. One, just in general, even with the Mini Select back there, these 3D printers are almost in a category of base level consumer friendly, like the absolute minimum viable product level consumer friendly. You're expected to kind of head out there into Facebook groups, into Reddits, and into communities and forums to find out exactly how to use these printers. So that happened with the Mini Select. There's some fantastic communities. And so the Delta was a little bit more difficult to kind of jump into because only a small amount of people have them at this point, because it was funded on Indiegogo, and a lot of the people who funded it aren't even getting them until like September, until later on. But there was still enough resources out there to get things done. I think that for $169, this is incredible. I mean, it just really, really is incredible.
You know, it wasn't long ago when at the 3D print show at the Javits Center, I was very excited because there was going to be the first under $1,000 printer
exactly
on display. And it didn't look much different than that $169 printer.
Exactly. And this is really, there's everything in this printer to be a professional style level printer. There's really nothing missing. It has the heated build plate. It has an auto leveling build plate. It comes with a nice pad on top. You can buy extras, obviously, but that's a nice little feature. The software, the way, I mean, it has a wireless option inside. Once again, you kind of can hack around in the code to get a different wireless interface and things like that. It really is has everything in it that I could see in any other type of printer, a MakerBot, or there's also, I mean, there's tons of printers nowadays. Now, I don't know exactly how to explain kind of what I'm getting at with the going into communities and things. Like let's say there's a software that you need to use in order to create your printer files. It's called a slicer. Cura is the slicer that almost everybody uses. And in order to find the settings that I needed to put into Cura, the manual that they gave with the box was outdated and had incorrect information in it. So I had to go and I believe that I found a Facebook group, and there were some files that were on that Facebook group, and I think that one of them suggested going to a GitHub, so I went over to a GitHub and downloaded a JSON file and then put that into Cura, and then finally I had the settings that I needed in order to be able to slice something and have this actually print it correctly. And that was just kind of one experience, and there's a few of those. You're almost expected to modify this, to change things around. I mean, in Cura, there's certain in G-code files, and in order to get that auto leveling feature, you actually have to add a line of code into the G-code in order for this printer to perform that auto leveling feature. I mean, there's just all sorts of stuff like that. It is. Well,
also a lot of that could also change by the time they make the unit. No,
I really don't think so, because the Mini Select has been out. It's the same thing. It's really community based. It's so community based, and I really think that's just kind of where 3D printing is right now. Is it's really in that homebrew garage phase that personal computing was way back, where you'd buy a motherboard from this guy over here because he knew how to make it. I mean, the app that the manual suggests you use in order to connect this over Wi-Fi was made by a guy on Reddit that Monoprice doesn't even own or run. They were just like, this one works with it, so download that one. It really feels like the community, and to be honest, that's not a bad thing at all. I'm not saying that to criticize Monoprice. That's just where it is. That's just just know that that's what you're getting into.
I'm waiting for walking up to it and say like Monoprice, see this, make one of these, and I'll be back after dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, and leave it on my desk.
Exactly. Like I had a jam, on this one, and there's just no information on how to remove the jam, and I found out that you'd remove this tube from some guy on YouTube, that sort of thing. With all of that said, though, this is an amazing machine. I mean, it just really is, and it's incredibly capable, incredibly useful, and it just blows my mind that you need 3 axes of motion in order to 3D print. Forward and back, side to side, and up and down, X, Y, and Z. And this Delta model printer uses all 3 axes but on one vertical axis. It blows my mind that you get all of that motion from 3 pillars that move up and down. It is the coolest thing to see it print. So yeah.
Well, great.
Yeah. So there is the Monoprice Mini Delta printer. If you are into 3D printing, this is absolutely a printer you should consider buying. Absolutely. It's just great. And it works with all the different types of filaments. I'm using 1.75 millimeter, but you know, it works with just about everything. So there you go. Now I still don't know all the information about when this is going to become available. You're really just going to kind of have to.
Yeah, I think they told me October for being online. At least
being on their website. Right.
Yes, on their website.
Because right now it's the Indiegogo backers are still trying to get their product. But a strong recommendation from me, and I've just had so much fun building stuff.
That's amazing.
This took about 15 hours to print. And I'm also planning on doing a video for my YouTube channel that'll hopefully have some time lapses and things like that. Time lapses take like 13 hours to render. It's going to take longer to make that time lapse than it is for me to print the thing. But yeah, very good product from Monoprice, and I think that they are really pushing the whole 3D printing industry forward by having these incredibly convenient and cheap printers out in the public. So big thanks to Monoprice.
Perfect.
With that,
with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the long pause.
The monocast. There we go.
But you might want it at Chad's Preppy Corner. Get it.
Get it. Okay. Last week, we kind of had a product fail on us.
Yes,
so
yes.
We decided to give it a redemption. This is the thrift store themed month for Chad's Crappy Corner. So I headed to a thrift store to see what I could see, and I actually found last week's gadget again. So let's check it out.
Hey Dickie D, so we're back in the echoey room, and today we are taking a take 2 on the Crayola Crayon Maker. We did this last week and it totally failed because we didn't have all the pieces. We went to a different thrift store and bam! We have a totally different crayon maker. So we're going to test this one out. And we've already looked inside and it has all of the pieces for us, instructions, and even this piece of paper. Isn't that fantastic? So the idea of this is the mold right here. And this mold will make new crayons for us to use. So we're gonna set that inside of here.
That's what we were missing last week.
Yes,
Up here,
yes.
This is where the crayons get melted, and you basically put 4 crayons worth into there. So that's only 2. So let's go ahead and break open another one. There we go. I'm gonna try to make some designs there, okay? And then let's go with blue and yellow. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we have blue and yellow over there, red, green, yellow, and blue over here. Now, what we have to do is go ahead and close the lid. We gotta be safe here. Go ahead and turn this knob on the side all the way to where the lighted light bulb symbol is. Uh-oh, we may have gone too far. Whatever. And then we turn it on. And you can see that it uses a light bulb to heat up the crayons. Now this can take upwards of 10 minutes. We've gone through the melting process. We did have to kind of turn the knob back a little bit so that it would melt a little bit more. But now it is melted and the light bulb is off. So before it gets too cold, we're gonna use this knob over here on the side to pour our crayon mixture into the molds. I'll just pour that.
Doesn't that look cool?
And you can lock it there and leave it
that's
there
neat.
until the timer completely finishes. By the time the timer completely finishes, we should have some new crayons to play with. So now the timer is done and the wax has become cool. And so now we pull these up like this, and out comes our mold. These look really, really awesome. On the back, there's just some tabs that you pull, and then these come right on out, like so. Oh, they're already falling out here. They're warm, very nice. Ooh, gosh, ooh, ooh, ooh. There we go, we got one. This one kind of bent a little bit. And we have another. These were the blue and yellow only on this side. Kind of pull those apart. Now the way that this works, in the other one they kind of gave you like stickers to put around, but this, you slide them into these holders that they've given you, and now you have 2 crayons in one. So they give you enough crayon to draw. This ended up costing me about $5. Yep, $5. And there we go. The Crayon Crayola Maker to use your old crayons to make new crayons.
So I really enjoyed this. I can't believe that I found it again in the thrift store.
But it's slightly different, right?
It
or
is
it the
slightly
same
different. The one before kind of had only 4 troughs to work with. This one has 2 troughs, which I kind of like a little bit better because it allows you to kind of mix up the creation. The other one before had the exact troughs for the exact crayons. Also, the mold was smaller. It was obvious that the mold in the other one made full-size crayons, and this one only makes half-size crayons.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And I bet that the full ones broke a lot easier. Now, I don't think that this was ever used because this crayon stuff is really hard to clean out. And it wasn't there when I picked it up. So I think this was the first time we ever used this device. Really, really cool. And so here's some of the crayons that we used. The one issue that I had with it was that it kind of stopped the bulb a little bit early, and it wasn't fully melted. So it ended up taking a little bit longer than it suggested. But
is it like a regular light bulb in there? Do you know?
Yeah,
like
I'd have to get a screwdriver to open it. But yeah, it looks like just a normal, filament style light bulb.
You know, the new model is LED, but it takes 3 weeks to melt the crayon.
Yeah, but it's worth it because it's much more green.
It's much more efficient.
Yeah, much more efficient. Yeah, and they also give you a few already unwrapped crayons in this one. So this is a thrift store gadget, so you could go to a thrift store near you and hope that you find this, but you could also just find it online. We showed off some options last week for the Crayola Crayon Maker. You could probably just find this in it. Oh, here it is. It says requires a bulb, and it shows you the bulb right here on the packaging. There you go. That type of bulb is what's inside of it.
Oh, like a fireplace. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's probably just like 40 watts or something.
Exactly. Yeah. It's really not that, I mean, like, it's not that hot. It took a little while too to heat. I mean, it really did take the full 15 minutes in order for it to get all the way done. But then you go, the Crayon Crayola Maker Take 2 for Chad's Crappy Corner. Now let's jump into Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
They're geeky and they're goofy, together they are loopy. When gadgets pass away, he takes them out to play in Dick's Gadget Warehouse.
Foghorn.
Okay, so I did go back to the warehouse and found a 12-year-old gadget. So let's take a peek. Dick D. Bartolo, the Giz Wiz and Mad's Maddest Writer, back from Dick's Gadget Warehouse with Pathlock. This is from 2005. And this was a way to make sure no one hacked your Wi-Fi, not your Wi-Fi, your hardwired router, because it hooked up to the back of Pathlock, okay? So it came from, this was DSL in, and this went onto your computer. This went to a 9-volt power source. And then what you do is you hit connect. And if it were hooked up, and powered. The red light would go on. You would have an hour of time to use the internet. It would start blinking very fast if you were going to get cut off, and then there'd be a little beep. If you wanted another hour, you hit connect again, and then you stayed connected. But if you left the room, it would shut the internet off. Okay, it was about $30, and it was a surefire way that the internet was off when you weren't around. Amazingly, now 2005, 2015, so it's 12 years ago. There is still one left. Only one left in
Order
stock.
soon.
The Passlock E100 Net Timer security device. And one person bought one. There's only one review, 5 stars. So you can buy that one, depending on when you're seeing this and if someone else bought it. I used it a lot when I was doing the Giz Wiz. The problem was that with my headphones on, Leo at the other end would hear the beeping before I would. And after about 2 shows, we decided we would dispense with it because it was annoying if I wasn't paying attention to when the box was going to go off. That's it. Passlock from 2005. Dick DeBartolo, Maz Medist writer, and the Giz Wiz. One Take Theater here at gizwiz.tv. Bye.
I really wonder what the speed of that Ethernet connection is.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that is interesting.
Secondly,
but you know what? You could, if you had kids, you could say, "I'm pushing this."
Exactly. If you had the router in your bedroom,
1 hour.
Yeah. No more internet until I get back. Yeah, I mean, that is the weirdest thing. I think that it's very funny that it's like a hacking deterrent, because chances are, even if you're sitting at your computer looking at it, you wouldn't be able to tell if your computer was getting hacked if the internet's on. Like,
oh no! If the internet's on, it offers no protection whatsoever.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
it's like
the thing was that there would be less hours for hackers to hack, because as soon as you went out and the hour was up, it would just shut it off. And if you were gone the whole day, no one could hack during the day. And I realize now on front there are 2 lights connected, and the little time out thing started beeping and started flashing 5 minutes before it was going to disconnect you. And then right before it disconnected you, there was a little audible beep that you better hit the connect again or you're going to be shut off.
That is hilarious. That is
Isn't that funny?
Very fun. You know, I feel like that could be used for some other purpose. Absolutely. Like, I don't think that the its current security purpose really is up to snuff. I feel like definitely like what you're talking about, a timer for the children, or you know that you need to have this thing turn off in an hour. I wish it was a little bit more customizable. Otherwise, it might be a gadget that, you know, you could use today. Use right now. So, very funny. Very, very funny. Pavlok, get it now on Amazon.
Yeah. Is it still there?
There's still one left. It's still one left.
Still the one left. Okay.
Yep, definitely. So I think that it'll be gone before this episode publishes. Definitely. With that, let's move on to the letter.
Become the letters, your lovely letters. Become the Giz Wiz letters now.
And the letter of the week comes from Mark Rennie, or Renee, R-E-N-N-E. And Mark says, I heard the Giz Wiz discussion about the eclipse. Chad and you should know the next total eclipse in the U.S. is in 7 years.
Perfect.
And this time it goes more north and south, almost right through Dallas.
Ooh, perfect.
Thanks, Mark Renee. So, and speaking of that, you know, Amazon sent me an email. I think I told you that. Don't use the glasses that I had bought.
Yeah.
And then I saw they were refunding only one of the two sets I bought. And I thought, oh, you know what? The glasses I got from Luntz Solar Systems must be good. And then in USA Today, there's this thing about all the knockoffs. And it said, there are a few tests you can try. Put them on. Make sure you see nothing with them. And you go up to a very bright light. And if you see a little dot, they're probably the darkness you need. But then it says, if the lens is scratched or wrinkled, do not use it. These are my Lunt Solar System glasses. Can you see how wrinkled?
Yeah. I mean, that's like I just took stretchy wrap and did it myself.
Yes.
I mean.
So I contacted Amazon
scared,
and I said, I'm not going to trust these. And they said, all right, here's a shipping label. Send them back and you can have a full refund. Because, I mean, not wrinkled. Are they kidding me? These are ridiculous.
Yeah.
So,
man.
So no eclipse for me. You'll be in Sweden. I'm just going to turn my back on. I'm turning my back on.
Yeah, exactly. Or just look at it through like a pinhole camera. Make a little hole, hold it up, and then you'll see it on the ground. You just look at the ground. I remember there was a slight eclipse when I was in Petaluma, and there was like a tree with leaves, and you could see the little eclipse thing through the leaves.
Oh, well, that's okay.
They're all making little pinhole camera type things. Interesting. I feel like we have 7 years to start up a company making glasses for the next eclipse. I think we should get in now. Now is the time to buy, to make trusted glasses for the next eclipse.
How do we make it so that no one can knock them off? We'll have to sign each one. Oh no, that one.
Exactly. Certificate of authenticity. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. That'll be perfect.
That's
with
all.
A very fancy.
Can't forge one of those.
Very fancy border, and in a color too.
Yes, exactly. Maybe a hologram, possibly.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
This eclipse that's coming up in only a short 7 years from now actually looks like both of us may be able to see it.
Really?
This seems like the perfect eclipse. This is its Wikipedia page right here. And you can see the path goes right through Dallas and then up closer to New York.
Oh my God. Oh, it's the Dallas, New York eclipse.
Yeah, you'd still probably have to take a train maybe a little bit westward. But this looks like the perfect eclipse for both of us to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And just
that's your backyard. Is that your backyard where the red star is? Is that your that's your house?
I mean, it's basically
that's your house.
Basically.
Wow.
That's
you can
great.
Charge people.
Yeah. I just say, hey, come to my backyard, guys.
Yeah.
See the full total eclipse of the sun.
And you know, the total eclipse is only like 2 minutes, so you should buy one of those dunk tanks.
Yes. Oh, perfect.
To make it a whole day. The eclipse day.
Keep it going. Keep the experience rocking. Absolutely. Can't fail. Just absolutely can't fail.
Cannot fail.
Great idea.
Cannot fail. Let's kickstart that.
Exactly. It'll be better than the potato salad, I'm sure. If you like this show, please consider giving back at Patreon. Patreon.com/GizWiz is our Patreon page. Patreon works by giving a little bit every episode, and we want to give a big, big thank you to everybody who helps support the show. This is a fan-supported show, a network maybe you might even say, a network of one show. Thank you so much to everybody who supports on Patreon. You guys really do make the show happen every single week, so thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you enjoy the show, consider giving back a little bit. You can either do it on Patreon, which is reoccurring, or you can head on over to gizwiz.tv/Patreon and click the PayPal link right underneath the Patreon banner. Also, don't forget to play What the Heck Is It at gizwiz.biz. There, Dickie D has all of the gadgets that we talked about on the show, but also the best game on the internet. What the heck is it? The best game on the internet for gadgets that is also on the Giz Wiz right here. And that is the gadget. That's the full gadget. And you have to guess what the heck this is. And it's pretty obvious to me that this is a invisible telephone. It's an invisible telephone. It is pulled out of Wonder Woman's invisible plane. It's just been a little bit enhanced for the product demo there. But if you think you know what this gadget is, get a guessing over at gizwiz.biz. There's 12 Mad magazines signed by Dickie D himself for correct answers, but 24, double the Mad magazines, for funny, hilarious, clever, and interesting answers. So there's 36 chances to win over at gizwiz.biz. Make sure you subscribe to the show, gizwiz.tv. You can also catch us live about every Thursday, 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern Time. There will be a nice notification at the top of the website. If that's not.
But remember, we also still need videos. Forgot to mention it after my video. Looking for more viewer videos and anything that has to do with a gadget. Your favorite gadget, the gadget you hate most, the gadget you wish you never bought, a gadget that's in the cellar, but you can't throw it out for some reason. Make a little video, 2 to 3 minutes, put it on YouTube. When you upload it, hit the little down menu and click unlisted if you don't want people to just stumble upon it. That way only people with the URL will be able to see it. But send us the URL, and if we use it on the show, and we've used about 99% of all the videos sent in, you will get a Mad magazine and a 35-year-old Alfred E. Newman picture, very rare, autographed to you. And that's if you live in the U.S. and Canada. If you live overseas and we show you a video, we'll give you a shout-out.
Become internet famous today.
Internet famous, yes.
Your video.
Dozens of people will know. Send the URL to mail@gizwiz.tv. And if you want to send in a letter for us to read, same address, mail@gizwiz.tv.
Big thanks to you guys who take the extra effort to record that video and send it in. That about wraps up for this episode of the Giz Wiz. See you next week.
I'll be here. All right.
Perfect.
We just need a title. Ta-da. Ta-da. Let's see, what do we have? We had 3D printer, a dunk tank, crayon maker,
internet timeout for you,
internet Bye, Ranger Rick.
See you, Ranger Rick.
Ta-dun. Internet timeout. Internet. Dun. Crayon.
All the crayons you can eat. Let me think.
Crayons take 2.
It prints its own butter.
Print. What else do we have? The dunk tank.
No sharks in this tank. What it says. In living 3D color.
Oh. Chad's Wax Museum.
Yeah.
Do
you like in living 3D color?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
Yeah, that's fine.
In 3, 2. It's time for the Giz Wiz with Mads Maddest Writer, Dick D. Bartolo. This is episode 1636, recorded on Monday, August 14th, 2017. In living 3D color.
Okay, and a photo.
Photo.
Ta-da. Wait, let me get this up a little high.
3, 2. Cool.
Okay. And if you get a chance, can you shoot me a picture of the crayon thing?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. So chat room, Thursday at our normal time, we will do next week's show for when Chad is in Stockholm. Where is it? Is it Stockholm you're going to?
Yep,
Sweden,
yep.
yeah, Stockholm. Okay, excellent. All right, Chad, I'll talk to you on Thursday.
Cool. Talk to you then.
Okay, bye.
See ya. A quick note for my chat room. I'm not doing a Monday stream today. I have 6 OMG crafts to make tonight, so no time for stream. I'm sorry, guys. I will be back on Wednesday. See y'all later, everyone. Good night.